Good day, everyone. Welcome to the fourth broadcast of the 4Ls initiative. My name is Wella, and I really do appreciate the contributions on last week's discussion, as well as your likes and shares. We are still taking emails, so please keep them coming, and at some point in the program we will be sharing some of the emails that we've received. Okay, following from last week's discussion, it is important to look at how we spend our money, or how we manage our finances generally. Okay, I hope I won't be wrong if I say that money is the most wanted resource, and as such, it is the most scarce. Its behavior is strange to a lot of people, right? But if you understand it and treat it as it should be treated, then you get to demystify money, and alongside a longing or love for it. Everyone wants more money. Well, maybe most people want more money, but probably at different levels. But the question we're asking today is, why do you want money? What exactly is the reason why you're praying for more money? So let us look at the different levels that we can spend money on, or the different categories, right? What can money be used for in our lives, daily lives? For one, and that's like the first level, to meet our basic needs, right? Clothing, food, shelter. That's one level. That's what we need money for. Without money, we cannot meet our basic needs. To satisfy our insatiable wants or luxurious lifestyle. That's another level, right? And then money can be kept aside as savings. Okay, so if you have a little bit of surplus, you can keep aside as savings. And then there's the investment level, where you gotta invest in yourself, whether education or spiritual or current affairs, just keeping yourself up to date. Invest in your children. Under the same investment category, you invest for financial growth. And then for me, the most important, you invest for eternity. Eternal investment. This might sound strange to some people, but just stay with me. Eternal investment. Okay, moving on. There are different levels at which we spend money. Where are you at? Okay, network is back. Sorry. Where do you spend most of your money? Where do do you want to be? At what level do you want to be? And where should you be? The truth is, what we use money for determines the longevity of money. Why do you want money? And what are you doing with it? I mean, we keep looking for more to keep spending. What are we spending on? Luxurious lifestyle? Yeah, luxury is not bad. That's where a lot of us, are and want to be, sort of like keeping up with the Joneses. Who or what determines what you spend on? So we know that needs cannot be avoided, right? Like food, clothing, shelter. But there are actually a lot of things we can do without, even, embedded in those needs. There are levels of different needs as we transcend in life, right? Some needs become wants. So for example, food. As we grow older, we need less and less of some kind of food, or even food generally. You know what I'm talking about? As you grow older, you have to avoid carbs or reduce carbs. You gotta, watch your calorie intake and all that. We didn't do all that when we were younger, right? So food, even as a basic need, we still need to watch as we get older. We cannot eat as much as we want to, right? Is it clothing? Don't you see the real rich people? Do they spend all their money looking like rock stars? Some of them look almost the same every day. I mean, look at Mark, Facebook Mark. The first time I saw him wear a suit was during his hearing. These people know when to dress up. It's not every day spending money, lavishing money on the latest trends, which we hardly even wear. Half of the clothes in our wardrobes we don't even wear. Maybe we saw them one time for one occasion and then look our best, and that's it. That's where it ends. I mean, a lot of us know what I'm talking about, Ashoibi. Spend thousands on it and that's it. We don't touch it again, right? So that's that category. What about savings? A lot of folks earn so much, yet they don't keep anything aside for tomorrow, and they practically wait on monthly salary to survive. Like if salary just delays for one day, now, because they don't have any savings, nothing set aside for tomorrow, no investments, such that if they lose their jobs today, that's it. Unfortunately, that is it. Salaries are spent on yearly vacations. Some people even they borrow to travel. It's not even as if the salary can cover all the expenses, but because they have committed, I don't know where that commitment is coming from, but they've committed to yearly vacations abroad, right? They have to borrow to meet that commitment by force. So what are you investing in? Savings, earthly investments are good. Investing in yourself, investing in your children, good education, staying up to date with the required knowledge, spiritual things, earthly assets to grow your investments, to grow your finances. All these ensure that you're always relevant and don't end up broker than you started out. So investments are good. Earthly investments are good, right? But what I really want to emphasize on today is investing in eternity. Investing in eternity. Are you fueling your eternal bank? Setting money aside to do good, to help, to invest in others, people who cannot pay you back. Are you? You know, how you see money and how you treat it will determine how money sees you and treats you. Money is supposed to be a tool, a means to achieve, not to be hoarded, not to be hidden, not only to be set aside, and most importantly, not to be worshipped. You cannot worship money. You should not. Treat money right, but don't over pamper money. See yourself as a vessel for money to pass through unto others, a flow through, a medium, to achieve something. And you know what? More will come. More money will come when you begin to see yourself as a medium, especially of God's work. Right? Let's take a quote from the Holy Book, as I like to do it. Right? Acts of the Apostles, chapter 20, verse 35. I'm reading from the NLT version. And I have been a constant example of how you can help those in need by working hard. You should remember the words of the Lord Jesus. It is more blessed to give than to receive. It is more blessed to give than to receive. It is said that givers never lack. The more you give, the more you receive. It is not only in our Christian, world. It's not only a Christian philosophy, where that quote is taken from. It's a general life saying, if you keep holding on to your money, you may not attract more, unfortunately. Right? The message is spend networks, Swift networks, we're holding on. All right, we're back. The message is spend right, invest in assets on earth, but most importantly, invest in heaven. Okay? We're not going to be here forever. So invest as well in heaven. Invest in yourself, invest in your children, invest in your relatives, but most importantly, Invest in others in need. Do God's work. Doing good for the poor, people who cannot pay back, is like doing good unto God. In fact, it's doing good to God. Not like. We know the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money itself, but the love of it, the longing for, and the attachment to money is the real problem. What we do to get money, oh my, and then what we do to keep that money. That's why we have all the crime and immoral acts all over the place. The getting and the keeping of money. I'm not saying it's not important to save for tomorrow or invest for the future, for your children and your children's children and their children's children. But remember, when you go, you don't go with any of these investments, any of this money that you have stored up for several years. You cannot spend any of it. Where you're going, where you're headed, what will you spend when you get there? Another quote from the Holy Bible, okay? And I'm reading from the NLT version, right? Matthew 6:19. Matthew 6:19 to 21. Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. They say that the currency in heaven is good deeds on earth. That's the currency in heaven. How much good deeds you have on earth? Now, let me try to sum up my own thoughts about money generally. Okay. I think that God has entrusted us with money, okay, in order to do work here on earth. Simple. It's God's money. He has given it to you, and He has sent you on an errand. It's not my money. I was simply given to do work with. And guess what? I will be held accountable at the appointed time. I will answer to God. I will have to tell Him how I have spent all the money He entrusted me with. Because He could have given it to someone else, but He gave it to you. And He's gonna, come back and ask you, yes, my daughter, my son, how have you spent this money that I gave you? Oh, Father Lord, make me rich, so rich, so that I can do more for you. Why won't He give you money if you're spending it for the things He wants you to spend them on? Spend right, people. Spend right. Apportion your expenses, okay? Based on the categories that we visited. Basic needs. Basic needs are necessary, especially in the beginning of your life when you start to make money. A lot of us will spend here, right? You can't run away from it. Wants or luxury. A little of luxury and wants is also important as your surplus increase. I mean, after all, life must be enjoyed. And life is for the living. So by all means, do enjoy. But all we're saying is remember tomorrow, right? Remember tomorrow. Savings. Don't forget to save, right? If you spend it all, you have yourself to blame. Keep some aside. That's the message. Keep some aside. Investment in yourself. Whether, like I said, education or current affairs, whatever it is, trying to, or upgrade yourself. Invest in yourself. Also invest in your children, right? Sorry guys, connection available now. Thank you. Sorry, network issues. Okay, I was talking about investing in your children. Invest in your children. God left them in your custody, and you will be accountable for these children. So it is important to invest in your children. The other investment is in financial growth. Don't just save, right? It's not just about setting money aside. It's about putting it in things that will grow the money, right? To multiply the money. Remember the parables of 3 servants who were given different amounts. The one who pleased the master the most is the one who grew the wealth the most, right? And now the most important investment, like we said, is eternal investment. Oh my, I don't even know how to emphasize this. Whatever you do, as your funds grow and you move from basic needs to luxurious lifestyle to savings and earthly investments, please ensure you don't forget investing here. This is actually the most important investment, even though it's the most neglected. Please, I beg you, as your surplus grow, channel the fund here. Increase the percentage of what you invest here. In fact, the wise ones don't wait. They even start here. The first money they make, they sow a seed, they invest it in people, in God's work. Man, that's another level. Like the widow's mite, putting all her ore, into the basket for God. That's another level. How many of us would do that? Right? So remember, to whom much is given, much is expected. So we're going to leave it here. Hopefully, we've been able to touch somebody today. Please tell us what you think by leaving your comments. Also, like and share our videos. Subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channel so that you receive alerts when we post a new video. The fact is, we're going somewhere and you're coming with us. Let us change the world. My name is Wella, and I'm broadcasting for the 4Ls Initiative. Thanks for watching, and see you next.